I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back to my channel. Excuse my crazy hair. It's been a rough 2 days actually. This is my second time filming this. I totally messed up the first one. I want to try to fix it because it's a good recipe. And I totally missed the, this is for the collaboration. I didn't even say that. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to mention the names first. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can tell you the names. It's Vicky's Country Home. And I love all these ladies. I cannot speak highly enough of them. Miss Katie at Heritage Ways, Tina at Teasers Pleasers, Mary at Mary's Nest, and of course myself. And the theme is, why do I? Now, the first one I made, I forgot to say why do I do anything, but my thought was cooking. And I gave a long story about cooking, and cooking goes back to my mom and dad cooking, and the way our house was set up. We had bar stools with a little bar set up, like a snack bar, and I would watch my parents cook and help them cook for years, and that was our visiting time. And then after that, I got older, and I did a couple of little hamburger jobs. And my grandfather died, and he left a little, we called it Marshland Cafe and Motel. It had a little motel in the back. I'm so sorry, hold on. Telling me he wanted to come out. It's kind of dark today. It's kind of rainy and cloudy. But I don't like to be a last minute Lucy, and that's exactly what I am today. But I wanted to do another recipe. I'll try to fix the other video or do it over because it's a really good hamburger steak video. And what I was going to say was, he had a restaurant, and when he died, the brothers and sisters, including my mother, asked me if I would run this cafe and motel. And that's where I discovered my love of hospitality. And so then I moved to Lafayette because my mom had a cousin that owned the Holiday Inn in Lafayette, Louisiana. And she gave me a job, and I was really good at the job, so they let me work in every single department. I was trained to be a general manager. So that was my first love of cooking when I worked in the food and beverage department. And then the reason I want to make this video is because why I do YouTube. When I discovered YouTube, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't, because I was never one to really surf the internet and research a lot of things. But when I discovered YouTube, especially the bread baking, I was so amazed. I could not get enough videos. I could not get enough information. And desserts and baking. I bought books. I studied YouTube. I wrote down recipes. I mean, I would write down everything they would say. Even if they listed the recipe, I would write down as they spoke. I'd write down every single recipe, and I would test them. And it was so much fun. And I watched it for so long. And I was like, this sounds like so much fun, but I don't think I have the courage to talk into a camera. And this is why this is the end of the day, because I'm still fighting with myself about the courage to talk into a camera. Some days I'm shy, some days I'm not as shy. Today it took me all day to be able to do this. I don't know why, I just get that way sometimes. But I came up with a recipe a while back, and I called it ham and cheese hot pockets. And I also came up with a recipe a while back. This was my brother's favorite recipe, and it's anyway, I totally got off track. The reason I do YouTube because I saw how much fun it was, and I said, you know what, I can do what they can do. And I just kept telling myself that. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to make the video, and if people watch it, they watch it. If they don't, they don't. It's still fun. Be quiet, Peanut. I'm trying to talk. Sorry about that. I don't want my story to be so long. But YouTube fascinated me, and I learned so many things. And I have an older video where I talk about my favorite channels. Phyllis Stokes was one of them. Linda's Pantry. That's where I bought my water bath can. I started canning. It's just been such a learning experience, and it's so much fun. And when I started doing the videos and got some responses, and it doesn't matter how many subscribers I have, because I've met just so many good people, and there's probably a handful of good friends that I've actually met over YouTube, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Videos are so much fun. But today, I'm going to go back to the basics, because when I started, bread baking was my obsession. I bought a KitchenAid, which was a 5-quart, and I said, you know what, that's not enough power. So then I bought a 6-quart. My 5-quart's sitting in another spot, but I need to sell it, or I don't know. I don't bake a lot of cakes anymore, but I still like to bake, but my 6 car's all I need. So I said, let me go back to bread baking and something Ella likes that we'll eat. A while back I made, I told you about the ham and cheese Hot Pockets. Ella, she craves them, so I have to make those for her sometimes. And then my brother loves these. I used some spicy breakfast sausage and cheese, and that's one of his favorite meals. I'll just make that for him every once in a while. And they heat them in the microwave or the oven, and they love the cheesy, meaty rolls. Today I found a recipe off of a blog, but I'm going to use my own bread recipe because it's basically a lot of it's the same, and it's from Woman Scribbles. I researched so much today because I couldn't decide, but it's a lot of this. It's very close to the dough I use. Now she only lets it rest for about 20 minutes, so that's fine. I need a fast recipe, but I'm gonna totally do my own dough, my own seasonings, and I'm gonna stuff it with ham and cheese, lots of ham and cheese, maybe pepperoni. It's gonna be a cross between Subway and a cross between this place that's in Lake Charles called Daryl's that I'm obsessed with their sandwiches. It's a roast beef. They use a jalapeno mayonnaise. It's so good. So that's what we're going to start with. So we're going to start with the dough. I might go a little bit quickly on the dough because I'm going to be using about the same recipe as my dinner roll recipe because I like those are soft. But I'm going to roll these out thin. I don't want them to be so bready. I want them to be meaty. And we'll see how it works. I haven't made bread since last winter, so I need to practice. And you're going to practice with me. So I hope you don't mind. Again, I'd like to thank Vicki and Katie and everybody in the collaboration. I forgot to thank Vicki in the first video, and I was like, oh my gosh, how could I do that? But anyway, I'm excited to do this, and I hope you enjoy the recipe. I'll just mix the dough quickly, and I'll just tell you what I'm using, and so the video doesn't run too long. But I already grated my cheese, and I grated my own cheese. I have a good ham. Anyway, you can put whatever you want in them. You can stuff them however you want. But let's get started, and I hope you enjoy the video. And thanks to all the ladies for including me, and I hope you try this recipe. My Lonely Oat mixture that I haven't used in a while. Now I have half a cup of water and half a cup of milk, and I added just a pinch more water. So it's about a cup and a fourth. But my yeast has been in the freezer, so it should be fine. So we're going to add it. It's a little bit of a rich dough because it has a little egg in it, a little butter. So this is about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm going to put that in there. You could also use any kind of oil you want. I wanted to use butter. So I have that. And it looks like my yeast is good. Now, I'm going to try to make a small recipe. This is 3 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to throw that in there. And let's see, I think I have 1 egg we're going to beat up. This is a lot like my roll recipe. If I remember to tell Ella, I will link that below because it's very, very similar. The only thing is I'm going to add the herbs and a little garlic like I kind of do my pizza dough. So that's 1 beaten egg. Put that to the side. I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of bread flour. I always like to, I'm trying to get that a good angle. And I have 2 tablespoons of milk powder. I do like to add milk powder. So let me stir these, and we're not going to add all the flour at once, just to make sure, because it's been a while since I made dough, so I don't want to, you want it to be a little bit sticky. It looks like it might be the perfect amount. So let me start mixing this, and I'll bring you back and show you the consistency it is. Wet, so I'm going to add some more flour. It's easier to add more flour than it is liquid, but I've done both, so I think it's going to be just about right, actually. So I'm going to let this go, and you know what? I think I'm going to pour in the rest of the flour, actually. I might need a little bit more. Let me mix this, and I'll tell you where we are. It's pretty wet, and I don't like to work with it that wet, so I'm going to add probably, let's try, let's try a 4th cup of flour. It might take more than that, just a tiny bit more. I'm going to only need it for just a little while. And you have to scrape down the sides of your bowl, but we don't have to let this rise a very long time, which is a great thing. I have it where I want it, but I forgot to add my seasonings. Now I have a teaspoon and a half of kosher salt, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and about a half teaspoon of garlic powder, because I want it to have a little bit of flavor. You know, kind of like the Subway bread. I wish I could make that bread, but I'm just not quite that good yet. I'm gonna mix that in, and then I might add 1 more tablespoon of flour. It's a little bit sticky, but that's okay. I don't mind it that way. It comes out less dry when you have it just a little bit sticky. And you should probably like oil your hands first. Let me see. And it smells so good already. I'm gonna spray my fingers just a little bit with my spray. I like to scrape it out. And I sprayed my bowl right here. We're gonna let, the recipe says to let it rest for about 10 minutes, but this is really my recipe, not hers. So, I don't know. I might let it go 20 minutes. But see, it's pretty sticky. And you could add more flour if you wanted to. I'm just trying it this way, because I will be adding flour when I take it out. Yeah, it's pretty sticky. But I didn't want a huge amount either, because I don't want to make a ton of these rolls. I might save some of the dough actually for some roast beef that I made last night. That's so good. I might make some stuffed roast beef rolls or something. So I'm going to cover this and put it in my oven because it's warm. I'll let it sit about 15 minutes and we'll check it. A little sauce I'm going to put, you know, like cinnamon rolls, you put butter, cinnamon and sugar. I have a little bit of mayonnaise here, and I put some Dijon mustard. I'm going to add just a touch of, this is our Acadiana honey. I'm not sure how good. My husband drinks honey in his coffee, but I just use honey to cook with. I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of that because I want a little bit of that. I'm gonna use ham. It's gonna be a little bit of sweet and salty. And I chopped some pickled they're hot jalapenos. I love this brand. I don't know why Ella and I have been really liking spicy food. You could totally leave this out. But I'm gonna mix this and I'm gonna taste it and see how it is. And I may not use all of it. Let's see. It may need something else. I'll use something similar to my potato salad. I think it needs black pepper. And maybe just a touch more Dijon. So I'll be right back. I decided to add a little of the juice of these. This is my favorite brand. It's not Ella's favorite, but they're crunchy and they're hot. I think I'm just going to do that. That's good enough. You don't want it, I might have made it too thin. Like I said, I'm just kind of making up as I go. You know your own flavors, you know what you like, and you just kind of do what you like. You know, I printed that recipe. I don't know if my printer's been acting up. It seems like everything's breaking at one time, but there's no temperature or whatever, so I'm going to do it at convection at 325. Earlier, I took out all my ingredients so they wouldn't be cold, but I grated, this is Swiss cheese, and I decided to grate it myself and see if it had a better flavor than slices. Now, the recipe calls for slices, but I just wanted to try this. This is my own recipe. This is a little bit of mozzarella that I grated. This is some extra in case we need it. These are, when you make a pizza, I'm telling you, get this pepperoni from the deli. It is like, it makes your pizza so much better. I might put a couple of those and a couple of pickled banana peppers on my side. I don't know if Ella likes those. And a lot of ham. You know, you could use as much meat as you want. This is just a plain smoked ham lunch meat that I have that I actually needed to use up. And by the way, I wanted to mention also that if y'all show you my cabinet and you saw how much chocolate I have to start baking some chocolate. And nobody wants to eat it. Everybody's on a diet. My dad doesn't want to eat this. But, I mean, if you eat it in moderation, it's okay, right? I put a little flour on my little plastic border, taped it down. And here's my dough. Now, she puts a buttery, garlicky glaze on top. But since I season the dough and season the mayo, I may not do that. We'll see how it comes out. Like I said, let's pull it out. It already is fluffy. It's very soft. I haven't made bread in so long, I'm terrified of this video, but I hope you guys don't mind. I love to make videos with you, and because when the recipe comes out, it's such a blessing. It's so rewarding to share recipes that come out and that you make up, and it inspires, hopefully, it inspires people to just go for it and just make what they like and test it. So, look, look how soft it is. A little bit more flour. And she has a certain measurement, but I'm going to just do my own thing because I didn't even follow the dough recipe. But like I said, it's a lot like my bread dough recipe. So if you just follow that, it's about the same. Or my pizza dough, which I have videos on, all of those things. So let's try to roll it out a little bit. It's very elastic, which is a good thing. Sometimes you want it a little stickier than other times. You roll it out as thick. I'm going to roll it out. I'm not the best at rolling dough out, I can tell you that. But look how pretty it looks. And I want it kind of thin. I don't want it to be, you know, fluffy. I mean, I want it to be fluffy, but not as bready as like cinnamon rolls. I just, you know, we try to watch our carbs a little bit, but every once in a while we cheat. And this is so much fun making dough. I haven't made it in so long. And if it's a complete failure, I'm still going to show you because this is the only video I have for the collaboration. But it's going to be good. Sometimes when I just test it out, it's better than when I follow a recipe. You know, I research recipes. I'll do it all day long. And by the end of the day, I do my own thing. So I don't know why I waste my time, but I do get ideas. And that's a good thing. So it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, just if you want to know how thick this is, it's probably, well, I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to have to guess. And it's going to be uneven, but it's pretty thin. And it's a beautiful dough. I'm so excited. And I may put it outside and let it rise just a little bit longer. It's so humid and it's like 80 degrees outside. It's really kind of disgusting here. I think it's going to be cooler tomorrow. I can't wait. Okay. This is not quite a rectangle, but I think it's going to work. What do you think? It's a little long, but not wide enough, actually. That's okay. We'll make it work. Okay. I'll be right back when I get all my ingredients together. I forgot to show you my little onions I'm going to put in here. I chopped them as fine as I could. Little red onions. Now, I am a little bit nervous about the mayo sauce. I've never done this before. But we'll see. I'm not going to put a really thick layer. But it should be fine. Because I didn't use just mayo. I added other ingredients. I know it's got a lot of flavor, so that's good. And I think it's going to be just a thin coating, which is great. And the jalapenos are spread out just right. So I'm going to spread this out. And so I won't make this video too long. I'm going to keep cutting it off and then coming back. Because sometimes I start talking way too much. And you know how I am. Okay, well that's what it looks like. It might be a little bit, you know, like of a gloopy mess when I try to roll it up. But we'll see. I wonder if I should sprinkle a little flour on top just to, I guess it's going to be okay. We'll see. So let's start with the ham. Now, you can put as much as you like. I want it kind of meaty. And now, this is, I don't even know how many ounces this is. I apologize. And I have another pack I might have to break open because this is quite big. And ham is very salty. I don't eat it that often. You know what it reminds me of? You know those, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta get more ham. I've used smoked ham and I just used this. This is one Ella liked. I liked another kind. I think it's called Cherrywood smoked ham, but it's thicker slices. So now I'm gonna put just a little bit of pepperoni, not much. Hopefully the ham won't make it too wet. But you know how Subway has that Italian BMT? I have some bacon I could also put on here, but I'm not going to. No more peanut. I dropped a piece of ham on the floor and he got it. Now he wants more. He was hiding from me, like he does every day. So I'm just going to put about that many pieces of pepperoni. I think I'm going to spread them out because I have no idea how I'm going to roll this up. Isn't this fun? I love it. All right, now this is the little bit of mozzarella that I grated earlier. I'm going to sprinkle that. And you could sprinkle more seasoning on here if you'd like, more garlic or whatever. But I have it in the dough, so I think I'm going to keep it like this. And now this is the Swiss that I grated. I usually buy the Swiss slices, but I said, well, maybe if I grate it myself, it would be better. But Ella thinks it's better, but I think it's about the same. Now, on the recipe, she calls for just, you know, plain slices, and this is going to be really stuffed, but that's okay, because we want more meat than we do bread. And I might not cook all of these. I might save some for tomorrow. Now, you could add more. You could put American cheese on here, Velveeta cheese, cheddar cheese, whatever you like. But we love ham and Swiss. And mozzarella. It melts so well. I think I have more cheese here, but I think that... Should I add more, guys? I don't know. You're not here to answer me, so I'm going to add just a touch more. I'm never going to be able to roll these up, huh? It's going to be good, though. I promise. Okay, that's good. Now, we're going to put some of those onions, because you have to have some onion. I love onion. So does Ella. We love onions. It's so versatile. You could just stuff it with whatever you want. Now, I'm never going to be able to roll this up, I have a feeling. Okay, that's probably enough onion. And then I have just a few of these pickled banana peppers. I'm going to spread these out. I didn't put a lot. I don't think they're Ella's favorite, but I love them. So I'm just going to put a few in the juice. Okay, now, maybe I should do this off camera. I think I should roll it this way, but I'm going to roll it this way and see what happens. We're going to cook these no matter what, because I have to make a video. We're going to just roll this up as tight as we can. That dough is pretty thin. And I'm going to throw things around. I'm going to break the dough, all that stuff. Yeah, these are going to be really big. Maybe you shouldn't put this much stuff in it, and roll it out evenly when you do it. Like I said, I haven't made dough in so long, but I'm having so much fun. And it is soft. Now, if I'm going to cut the ends up, and I'm going to try to even this out. I have a 13 by 9 pan. I'm going to try to seal the edges. I'm going to cut the edges off right here. I'll cook those, if they have meat in them, I'll cook them separate, but I want them to be pretty even. That's just, yeah, these are very large. Okay, I'm trying to even this out. But you know, I kind of don't want like a big hunk of bread. I just want, yeah, these are really big. All right, let's just start in the middle. It's gonna be a mess, but we're gonna get it. And then we're gonna just, this is uneven too. Gotta cut that off. See, it's a little bit uneven. And I got a hole right there, but that's okay. I think we're going to make these kind of fat because you see, it's mostly meat and not a lot of bread, and that's what I want. I'm going to put them just like this. And remember, the ham and all that's cooked. You just have to cook the dough, and the dough's thin, so it shouldn't take that long. And I'm sorry if it's not perfect. I just was kind of in a hurry tonight. And like I said, I had that great hamburger steak video. And I'm going to try to fix that video because it's such a good dish. And that's really full. I'll have to get another pan. I'll let you know how long I bake these also. Now, I think she has a buttery, garlic, honey, something sauce to put on top of them, but I think I have enough in here. Look, my pepperoni didn't cut. Oh, my goodness. Let's pray these come out okay. It looks like my pan's gonna be just right. I'm gonna shove it in there anyway. Oh yeah, beautiful. Now this might not be a good thumbnail picture, but I think they're gonna taste amazing. Okay, look at this. Now that's meaty. That's gonna be delicious. So I'm gonna put it on top of the oven or outside. I'm gonna see if it's gonna rise just a little bit. It might be too heavy, but I'll be back to show you once I clean up my mess and wash my dishes, because I made a big mess. Save some of the dough for that roast beef, but I'm gonna take these little pieces and put them in this little bitty pan and just cook these and eat these for a snack. So I put them in the oven and it smells like a pepperoni pizza a little bit, but they're rising a little bit. It smells so good. And I just wanted to show you I put them in the oven. I forgot to take them out. You can still hear them sizzling. I forgot that mayonnaise has a little bit of grease in it, but this one is a little bit brown. It rose, but the bread still rose. It's nice, and it's a little bit moist on the sides. I probably overstuffed them, but I think they're going to be delicious. I just didn't want to burn them, so I took them out. And also, I have to go get Ella for my Halloween party, so I'm going to go pick her up, let these cool off for a minute, and then we'll show you what one looks like. I think they're going to be, yeah, see, that's cooked. That dough is really soft. It's really nice. I hope you can you hear that? When I move it? It's so cheesy. Okay, well, here's the finished product. I had to bake them for about 35 minutes. And I did it on 350 convection. So if you do it in a regular oven, I would do it at 375. And you can see, like, I love when you can see the ham right here. And anyway, I like how they came out. And now they're pretty rich. I'm going to try to cut it with just a fork. You could also make a glaze to go over them, like butter, garlic. But I figured I put so many ingredients on the inside and calories that it has enough without adding extra topping. I don't think it needs it. And I haven't made bread dough in so long, so I'm sorry I can't cut the ham because it's really hard to cut.
You need a knife?
A little bit, but I think I'm going to just take a big bite like this. See, it's got cheese in it, ham, and the cheese is on top. It smells a little bit like Subway sandwiches. But better. No. Mozzarella cheese is very chewy for me. But these are really good. I hope you will give these a try. And if we remember, we'll try to link I pretty much told you the ingredients I used for the bread dough. But I want to thank everybody in the collaboration. And let me read it again because, well, I do not want to forget anyone. But that's Vicky's Country Home, Miss Lori at Whippoorwill Holler, Miss Katie at Heritage Ways, Tina at Teasers Pleasers, Mary at Mary's Nest, and myself. And please check out everyone's videos. And my why was why I do YouTube. And the reason I think that I really did it was because I got obsessed with bread baking and KitchenAids. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye.